Tarot. This is love reading for Sagittarius for December 2020. I pre-shuffled your decks, sage them, meditated, and I'm starting with oracle cards to have an insight for your situation. Please subscribe to my channel if you like those readings, my readings. Let's start. Let's see what's happening here. And we have time to go. Where are you going? Are you leaving somebody behind? You see, that lady looks like a ghost, almost disappearing. It's like... But there's a face on her back. Somebody's face on the back, like still watching back, still watching what's behind, still watching if somebody's following. And I feel like you feel less and less of something when you are going closer to the door, closing to get out. But you are either forced to leave, or you feel like you know you have to leave, you have to go for it, whatever you're going through. But you don't look like you're happy with that. Like you feel like you're disappearing, each step you're taking, you're disappearing, still hoping that the past will chase you, that the past will come and rescue you. And okay, nice flipper. We have by the book. I feel like this is all happening because you can't accept something. Something was done to you or to somebody else which you couldn't accept because it was out of order, it was out of the rules. The rules. You want to be clean with those. You have more options than you realize. You think, this is what I felt, like you are forced, or you're forcing yourself to go through the gate, to leave the past behind. But you're scared of it because you think you don't have many options, that there is nothing behind the door. But this card reminds you that we as people, we always have options. And this card is telling you, particularly you, that behind the door there is more waiting than you can imagine, than you can realize. You just don't know because you never looked through. You never even tried to go at least once to see what's there. But it's waiting, and you might be surprised how happy it might make you. One more, please. One more, guys. Spirit race. And we have Pucker Up, Buttercup. I'm always, but I feel so happy, it's like so funny. Look, the color scheme. Being fair and reasonable will earn your respect and admiration, but being genuinely kind will make you a total love magnet. This is what I feel for those closing the doors. Yes, please, when you close the door and you see that there are options for you, please be lovable. Please be who you used to be. Don't be sad. Don't be depressed. Don't remind yourself on a daily basis about the past, because if you're kind and reasonable, then you will magnetize love of others and love which you deserve. Let's see what tarot card says. I will pull this column for your energy, this one for the person you're dealing with, you're thinking about, or you want to deal with. Please swap the roles if you resonate with other side more. And we have your past energy is the Devil in reverse. In the past. And I feel like you didn't want to deal with it anymore. You felt like, you see, there's a corpse, skeleton rather, on the back. You felt like that. You didn't want to deal with this devil anymore, who drained, even that woman is really gorgeous, but and so thin, but you felt like that skeleton left behind, drained from the energy, because you dealt with the person who occurred to be a devil, drain your energy, and you don't want to deal with it anymore. And whatever you're looking back and checking if it's still following, because you still have a belief that they might change, you know that you know, narcissistic people, like, for example, they can't change. They have that features of narcissism imprinted in their character. It's like, if you recognize that there is a toxicity, you've been playing with toxic people, it's good to leave it behind. For other of you, I have to mention that there might be few of you which are dealing with trying to leave behind toxicity in terms of toxicity on your end, which means like our indulging or sexual addiction, or I don't know, drugs or something like that. But I feel more like this is about leaving behind the people who doesn't serve us, leaving behind the person more who drain our energy and left us like laying down and being not able even to move. And we still believe that they can change. No, they won't. 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and it was somebody, if it was somebody, or it was your abusive life, it was your obsessions or your addictions. But if it's, then this didn't bring you fulfillment, this didn't bring you stability, this didn't bring you money. You've run out of all of it. That person didn't want to build with you, didn't want to make anything secure around you both. Let's see on their end. And we have the Hermit in reverse, that people refuse to talk with you, that people refuse to finger point on them. Whatever you told them, they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to blame themselves because they have a 0% of self-criticism inside of them. It sounds so familiar with some cases I had to go through. But believe me, those people need to go through some difficult lesson to be able to understand that this is not the way to behave. I don't know, still they can change. And we have a flipper as well. Okay, this one. And they have King of Swords, and they've been convinced fully that they don't have to address anything, and if there is a problem, it is on your side and you're supposed to deal with it. There might have been, because the Devil in reverse, you might have had some addictions, but it doesn't mean in the relationship. If there is a problem, the problem belongs to both of people, as well as money, as well as traveling together, as well. The relationship is togetherness. We do everything together. Okay, and we have 5 of Pentacles in reverse on your end. You have enough of being left alone. You don't want to be in cold. You don't want to be... You rather crush it, this tower, this whatever you have with that person, to the end, to not feel left alone anymore. This is what I think is like beautifully said, that there is nothing worse than being alone in a relationship. Yes? It's better to be alone by yourself, because this will be always on your conditions. Yes? And we have 10 of Swords in reverse. You don't want to close something. You don't want this to finish yet. You don't want... This is maybe that face here, which is still looking back, checking if you are followed by that person, if that person has changed and still see your worth right now and will chase you. No, they won't, because they look how strong, King, how strong they are in denial that there is any flaws on their end. They want to deal with any accusation. 10 of Swords. You don't want this to end. But you still don't want to be left alone. You don't want to feel alone in the relationship. But you don't want to finish it. You don't want to feel betrayed, or you don't want to betray. But you already betrayed if you feel this way, if you've not been given 10 of Pentacles by that person. And on their end they have a 7 of Swords, not surprising, and 9 of Swords. You see? Instead of finger pointing towards themselves and checking if there is any flaws on their end, They prefer to be deceitful. They prefer to blame you, even there is no any reason or any proof. And this the Seven of Swords. They will stand strong and try to deceive you and themselves that whatever is happening it's your fault. And Nine of Swords in reverse. It looks like a little bit maybe silent treatment. They are trying. Here they've been convinced, previously they've been convinced that they don't have to even resonate with you. But when they saw you turning your back and threatening them that you will leave, they started, instead of saying sorry and trying to fix anything, trying to look at their mistakes, they rather use silent treatment, or they will deceive you, they will guilt trip you, or they will try to present the situation the way that you will feel guilt. You will feel responsible for it. Jesus. Simple tactics of manipulation. When they learn, we have Seven of Cups on your end, but you see this all through it. You can't be deceived anymore. You see this, like this was always illusion. You see how they try to trick you, and you don't want to deal with it anymore. And we have Three of Pentacles in reverse. You don't want to collaborate with them anymore. You see that there is a discussion that's discussion, argument which you want to trigger, and there is nobody to talk with on the other side. I'm sorry, but if there is nobody, if there is no grown up on the other side, just don't make a discussion, just leave, yes? Because the question is, do you want to be with grown up or with boys or girls? You're not their mother. You never would be. Then why you leave the boy to grow up? If you can't help it, don't try. Ace of Pentacles in reverse on the end. They can't offer you a stability. They either don't want to, or they don't know how. They don't have ability, or they don't have anything to offer currently or at all. Not for you. They're not yet grown up. You know, the man or woman, we often has to have time, and certain things in our life has to happen for us to grow up, to see what really is precious, and then we are becoming ready to have a serious commitment. And they are disattaching. They will disattach emotionally from you. But look, that lady is still watching back, checking. Please swap the roles if you resonate more with this. But that lady is still, and gender doesn't matter, is still looking back and checking if the person is following them. Then maybe you're mirroring a little bit each other. Let's clarify this Ace of Pentacles with my Let It Go Tarot cards. Can I have 2 cards, please? The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. What this is about? What they cannot offer. Okay, 4. We have Elon. Sorry. We have Elon, awakening, yes, commitment phobia. This is what I was thinking. They have a phobia from commitment. They don't want to commit because they are not yet ready. They didn't grow up yet enough to offer something stable and sustainable. And yes, for awakening, they need a time, or you need a time to awaken to the higher purpose, like for example the commitment, higher level of commitment. And or you, the answer, if this is for you, the answer is yes. Use that time when you split up for your awakening to happen in being alone, to make sure, or they need time alone to awaken to commitment with you. I don't know if you want to wait. I always discourage people to wait for others, because If we are only an option for others, then it's like not worth to wait for those people. It's like they already, this is wrong, yes? But this is up to you. If that person is so precious for you, that give them a space to grow up, to have awakening, because they have to do this by themselves. They can't take on board your finger points, your leading tactics. We have the Chariot clarifying, the Devil in reverse, and 10 of Pentacles in reverse. One more. Something has happened, and it happened, maybe your realization, and it happened quite quickly and strongly. 3 of Cups. You got an offer quite quickly. I feel like something has happened, or somebody stepped in and made you believe that there are options behind the door. I mean that there is something else you can follow, or who you can follow. Or you are pretending towards them, pretending that you have somebody on your mind, and you have somebody to go to. And teaching them. I hope, this... If you do something like that, then don't, because it always backfire, because we can't change people and we can't force them to do something they don't want to. It's not wise to use tactics like that, because it always backfires on us. And just don't waste your energy and your creativity on somebody who doesn't want to commit at first place. And we have 2 of Swords on the end, indecisiveness. Again, swords, indecisiveness. They put the blindfolds on their eyes and they don't want to see anything, what's happening for what it really is. And they're happy with that. And angry, even angry. But they convinced they're right. They used to be convinced they're right. You couldn't get that. They built a wall around them. You couldn't go for it. And you have 6 of Swords. 10 of Swords in reverse, not wanting really to close it, still open, leaving that little door, that door little open for them. If they manage to change through this deceptiveness here, or whatever is happening that you're living, they can come back. But you want to go to calmer water. You are living to something which you either pictured in your head or in their head, that will be better. You will be better off there, or with that other person. And on the end they have Queen of Cups and 10 of Wands in reverse. Queen of Cups. I'm sorry, but I feel like they feel the deceptiveness which they trying to imprint, project on you, is that you are heavy burdens to them. You've been always a burden. You've been always causing a burden to this relationship. They don't want either to see that it's them who paid most to build those burdens, or they don't want to acknowledge something, or they just dipping it on your side. All of it, yes? All 10 burdens. Those 10 ones. Queen of Cups. Like chained, that woman is chained, gender doesn't matter. And I feel it's Queen of Cups is lovely card, but in this deck that woman is chained, and I feel more like they are claiming that you chained them to yourself, you chained them to something. It's you who made them, limited them in their life. Don't believe this old bullshit, because it's like making you responsible. It's like simple tactic to making you responsible for them not being able to either produce something on the end, or not being able to give to the relationship whatever needs to be gave to make this flourish, yes? It's better to accuse you, yes? That you limited them, not them didn't know what to do. It's you limited them. Awful. Okay. 7 of Cups is clarified by 8 of Cups, but this time not in reverse. 8 of Cups, living, yes? What do we have? Aha. They emotionally disattaching and you emotionally disattaching. You don't want to work with them, collaborate. And you see, you are not sucking those lies and illusions anymore. They lost their power. They will lose that power on you in the future energy. It might be happening already. They will lose that power on you, that they won't be able to feed you with their lies and their illusions. And this will help you to disattach emotionally. But they will be doing the same. I feel like you're mirroring each other in the future. Because neither you or them wants to admit whose faults are those. And we have Three of Cups in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my God, look at that. They have Eight of Cups on here. They have Three of Pentacles in reverse, and you have Three of Pentacles in reverse, and they as well. You in the future, you will be mirroring yourself, each other, which means more you angry, they will be the same angry. More you, this looks like a twin flame, that you will be mirroring each other. It's like, you don't want to rescue this, they will not. The same amount of, the same level on not wanting rescuing, it will be on their end. And so forth. Which means, it means that if you really love them and you want them to come back, you have to show them the love. This is what it is about mirroring. You have to pull your one of you has to pull the grudge down, and then the other person will respond in the same level of energy. It's horribly difficult to go through this mirroring process, but if you don't want them, it's easy. You just have to drop them and they will drop you as well. It will be clean without much pain. Release of somebody, letting go somebody. All depends probably on you and them as well. But the advice from the universe is abundance. Waiting behind those doors. You would be surprised how many options you have. It all depends on you. It always depends on you. The universe always wants us to vibrate on higher vibrations. Yes, gives us lesson to raise us on spiritual level, and they reward us. But they want us to pay attention and to go forward. Abundance. Yes, and it's why they always challenge us. But they have to respect our free will. It's why it all depends on you, and this is probably a test as well. What you want, because you can have whatever you want here in this relationship. You have to just, because they will give you that power of mirroring each other, which means whatever you do, they will do as well. If you want it. If not, there's many more options behind the door. You have to just leave. Dark night of the soul. Life brings new meaning. One of you will go, or both of you will go through dark night of the soul. This card doesn't mean exactly dark night of the soul, because it's so painful that I'm not sure if, or you might be going through it, or you will go through it. But at the end, it's difficult, but at the end, the life changes to amazing, this abundance life, if you go properly. I hope it will help somebody. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe.